Hey guys, breaking news. So Ghislaine Maxwell, longtime friend and associate of Jeffrey Epstein, was found guilty of all charges, trafficking girls for Jeffrey Epstein and taking back and forth to Lolita Island. If you guys don't know who Jeffrey Epstein is, look that up. Lolita Island. Yeah. Can you say victory for the people?
For closing down a rich asshole's trafficking.
Yep. So let me just give you guys the quick skinny on this shit. Ghislaine Maxwell was a longtime paramour of financier Jeffrey Epstein, who was convicted on sex trafficking charges after a trial that centered on types of enabling conduct, including befriending young girls and teaching and scheduling them to massage older men, that should have been considered criminal. So the thing was, before Epstein was found dead in his cell, he was already incarcerated for trafficking of young girls, and there was a lot of other stuff going on there, like human trafficking, pedophilia. If you guys don't know, there's certain like deep wormholes that connect together, I want to say Pizzagate. If it's Pizzagate related, if I don't know if you guys remember what that was about. There's just other types of shit where they're saying that Jeffrey Epstein had catered to celebrities and even some members of Congress, even some presidents.
Yes.
And there was a little black book and a list that went out, including like the rosters of who went to his island. She gave up all that information, guys.
And she still got found guilty.
And she got found guilty. I mean, this shit's crazy. So, oh my god, this is fucking insane. So, Maxwell is now 60 years old, who was accused of recruiting teenage girls to massage Jeffrey Epstein in his home in Palm Beach, Florida, New York, and New Mexico, and elsewhere between 1994 and 2004. Epstein allegedly paid the girls hundreds of dollars in cash for the massages, which include sexual touching, in which he expected 3 times a day. He died by suicide 28 months ago, and while waiting for his own trial. Okay, for this part, I don't think he fucking killed himself.
I do.
You think he did?
I think he did, because he knew he was guilty.
Okay.
He knew he wasn't going to get out of this, because there was just so much evidence against him, and he knew that bitch was going to turn on him. He knew it, so that was his way out.
Yes.
That bastard.
So there was this black book, and since it went out, everybody knows who was the who's who on that list, and there was a lot of people on that fucking list. Like I said, Trump was on there. Not only Trump, Ivanka Trump was on there. A lot of celebrities like Courtney Love. Supposedly, there's just a bunch of other people on there. I was like, holy shit, the flight logs. I mean, they had people testify, including a former pilot who knew people, who saw people, who met the people. He was harboring back and forth to Lolita Island. And when they raided the places, the Clintons are on there, both Hillary and Bill. I mean, it's crazy because they were and then there's the paintings that were found in the homes.
Yes.
There's the one with Bill Clinton in a blue dress.
Yes.
There's all kinds of
Andrew, what's his name? What is their last name? Tudor?
I think so.
The Queen's son.
Oh, yeah, Prince Andrew.
The Queen's son.
The Queen's son. The Queen from the Queen Elizabeth's son and Prince Andrew.
He is no longer a dignitary to anything. He has been removed.
Yeah, he's been stripped of his title. Due to this scandal, his mom said, "Nope, you're done, buddy."
So you don't have no title.
Yeah, this shit's insane. When this whole thing broke out, everybody was just like, what the hell, what's this about? And then when they started bringing up the charges of human trafficking, and then the impact of what happened to the victims after, and one of them being really affected by it because it see his face everywhere in the news or whatever, and it was just this has to stop. And there was
they also found tapes.
Yeah, there's tapes, videotapes.
He also had what do you call it? Files.
Yeah, pictures. They have all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, and that's why he was arrested. Jeffrey Epstein was arrested, and that's the reason why he was gonna go down.
Yep.
But when he found out his main bitch was gonna be testifying against him, Because she thought she was going to get a better offer.
Yep.
She thought she was going to get away with this. And she said she was just merely a friend. Yeah, merely a friend that everyone remembered you, that she was hustling little girls and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, and in New Mexico, everyone thought, like, why is he building like a little mansion up in the hill in New Mexico?
Mm-hmm.
That is so weird. And some other girls from New Mexico that were never found again, that were like maids.
Yeah, that were like
they were never found again. So there's a bunch of MMIW women there too. So that's just raunchy and disgusting. And I'm glad that she got busted.
So,
I'm glad she's gonna serve time.
The jury found Maxwell guilty on 5 of 6 counts, including conspiracy to commit sex trafficking of an individual under 18. She was also found not guilty. She was found not guilty of enticement of one individual under 17 with the intent to engage in illegal sexual activity. A unanimous jury found Ghislaine Maxwell guilty of one of the worst crimes imaginable, facilitating and participating in sexual abuse of children, said Damian Williams, the U.S. Attorney for the Southern District of New York. The road to justice has been far too long, but today justice has been done.
Amen.
So there's no visible reaction from Maxwell as the verdict was announced. She also did not make eye contact with her 3 siblings who were seated in front of the courtroom as she was taken back into the holding cells. Maxwell faces up to 65 years in prison. No sentencing date has been set as of yet.
Oh, bitch gonna die in jail.
Oh, yeah. Today's verdict is a towering victory, not just for the brave women who testified in this trial, but for the women around the world whose young, tender lives were diminished and damaged by the aberrant actions of Ghislaine Maxwell, said Sigrid.
This is only the tip of the iceberg. There's more to come.
Yep.
They're going to be taking down a whole bunch of other people. Like I said, you see something, say something.
Yep.
Because it's everywhere.
It is.
It's everywhere. I see it. When I go to the store. I see girls out there hustling. And I see their fucking pimp standing there watching. And I see action over here from my balcony. It's disgusting. And by the time the cops get there, it's just like a little bit too late. So they need to be camping over there. Disgusting.
So, in the words of Sigrid McCauley, who along with David Boyes represented one of the accusers who testified, any farmer for far too long, their voices have been ignored and discounted, and their characters impugned and disgraced. But no more. I'm in awe of their sacrifice, their courage and strength to have shown in the pursuit of justice. Epstein and Maxwell were a jet-setting power couple who hobnobbed years ago among with the others, including such as, like we said before, Bill Clinton, Donald Trump, and Great Britain's Prince Andrew. Allegations about orgies and sex parties with young girls, including on Epstein's private Caribbean island, which was dubbed Lolita Island because young girls are considered Lolitas.
Lolitas, yeah. That was the password.
Yeah.
Lolitas.
It caused many prominent politicians, business leaders, and celebrities to distance themselves, especially after a 2008 plea deal that resulted in a relatively light 1-year jail sentence for Epstein. A renewed investigation led to more serious federal sex trafficking charges in 2019. His suicide weeks after arrest on those charges left accusers demanding that the individuals who enabled their alleged abuse be held accountable. Maxwell's trial was viewed by both Epstein's victims and outside experts as an opportunity for prosecutors to do so. Jurors began deliberating late on December 20th with a 4-day halt over Christmas weekend and reconvened on Monday. Maxwell's attorneys are expected to file an appeal. But at trial, the prosecutors argued that the teenagers who were young as 14 during their encounters with Epstein expected Maxwell to be a buffer and chaperone between them and the much older multimillionaire. Instead, Maxwell facilitated massage appointments and gave instructions on what Epstein liked. And a now grown woman said that she also sometimes arranged their flights and other travel details when they visited his homes. 3 of the 4 accusers who took the witness stand during the 3-week trial in the U.S. District Court in Manhattan said they also were subjected to unwanted sexual touching by Maxwell herself. The women described how Maxwell warmed up to the idea of massaging Epstein by giving them lessons and instructions. Maxwell was a sophisticated predator who knew exactly what she was doing. Assistant U.S. Attorney Allison Moe said during closing arguments on December 20th she caused deep and lasting harm to young girls. Defense attorney for Maxwell presented her as one of those primary roles in Epstein's life was to manage his properties in the system and as In business matters, they argued that the accuser's memories have been influenced by years of media coverage focused on Epstein and on how Maxwell's proximity to him. During the cross-examinations, the lawyers pressed Maxwell's accusers to admit that they did not tell authorities about Maxwell's alleged role in the abuse until Epstein's suicide, as the victims were beginning to pursue claims against Epstein's estate, which ended up totaling into millions of dollars. Attorneys suggested that cooperating with law enforcement put the women in line to win a bigger financial settlement, a notion that prosecutors vehemently disputed. Defense attorneys also presented testimony about how memories can be impacted over time by information people learn or hear after the fact. Evidence presented at the trial was established exactly what we told you when it would be during openings, that the stories relied on by the government are the product of erroneous memories, manipulation, and money. Maxwell attorneys Laura Menier said that in her summation, jurors were given a detailed 80-page jury charge to work from as they consider each of 6 counts in the indictment.
Oh my God.
The document was meant to serve as an instruction manual of sorts. It laid out legal definitions of terms like knowingly and interstate commerce, as well as specific statutes and exact elements needed to prove the charges. The document also included instructions to the jury and explanations of the role and rules, but they must consider the evidence. One victim, now a professional singer and actor, testified using the pseudonym Jane, and she said when she was 14, she was befriended by Maxwell and Epstein at a prestigious performing arts summer camp. The pair invited the girl and her mother to tea at Epstein's Palm Beach mansion, she testified. Epstein paid for her schooling and trips to New York, and she was abused more than once by Epstein at 14, and that Maxwell instructed her on how Epstein liked to be massaged and sometimes in the room while the abuse happened. She also said she was flown to New Mexico and New York for visits with Epstein that included sexual abuse. Another victim, Carolyn, who testified using her first name, said Maxwell regularly called her to book her times to massage Epstein and groped her torso after meeting her, pronounced her and said her body was great for Epstein. Jury found Maxwell guilty of conspiracy to entice individuals under the age of 17 to travel to interstate commerce with intent to engage in illegal sexual activity. Conspiracy to transport individuals under 17 to travel in interstate commerce to intend and engage in illegal sexual activity. Transportation of an individual under 17, Jane only, with intent to engage in illegal sexual activity. Conspiracy to commit sex trafficking of individuals under the age of 18 and sex trafficking of an individual under 18, Carolyn only. Maxwell was found not guilty of enticement of an individual under 17 to travel with the intent of illegal. So she was charged for a 5 out of 6. So,
but charge. How much? Oh my God.
So, guys, this is huge. I mean, I was gonna get into the Epstein case too, just a while ago. So I think I might do that just to catch you up on this whole thing. But holy shit, man!
Bitch got it coming.
She fucking got found guilty of all charges, 5 out of 6 charges. She's not gonna
I don't think she's gonna take one for the team because she needs, they said, in order for her to even have any kind of decent life in prison, she needs to come up with all the names.
Yeah.
But they already took her little black book, so a lot of these people are gonna be.
Yeah, there was flight logs, pictures, and in the pictures they were presenting evidence, visual evidence, the flight logs. Then she was saying that it was strictly business between me and Jeffrey, but there was a lot of pictures detailing that was not just business partners. There was pictures of them snuggling, all this other bullshit, and then the girl says and then there's the infamous picture where Prince Andrew is saying that was a long time ago and she was over 18. No, that girl was 16 in that picture. If you guys seen that picture, and oh my God. It's just what the hell?
It doesn't matter. I mean, you were caught doing something that a person of your status should never be doing. I mean, the same with the presidents. That's just disgusting. And then we put our faith all in these people. I mean, what's behind the scenes, fucking bullshit. I mean, come on, what was Hillary doing there with little girls too? I mean,
then both Clintons were on that list. Everyone's favorite fucking idiot president.
What was that singer's name?
John
Legend.
Oh yeah, so
Christy Teague.
They were saying Kristen Teigen and her husband John Legend were on that list. Both Beyonce, Jay-Z were on that list. There were Courtney Love. There's a bunch of like other celebrities that were on that list, and some actors too. Let me see if I can pull that up real quick. Oh my god, this is like huge, guys.
Yeah, it is huge.
Oh my god, it is insane.
Yep.
There's specials on. There's specials on I don't know what you call it. Netflix, I think Hulu, and some Discovery Plus about the Epstein case and all this other shit.
Oh, it's gonna get better.
It's gonna get everyone, and now everyone's gonna be like all hella hard and being like a detective sleuth and all this shit.
But everyone's putting two and two together.
Yeah.
Nobody can say that they did not do that. It's been found guilty.
Wow.
Where's my glasses? My other glasses. I have to this box in there. That my weasel came in.
Oh yeah, weasel box. So, along with the many names of people supposedly that were on the flight list logs.
Oh my god, like it's real. They have little breathing holes in it.
Adam Perry Lang, Akon, Alan Dershowitz, Alberto Pinto, Alec Baldwin, supposedly, Alyssa Rogers, Anderson Cooper, and Andrea Mitrovic, Andres Pastrana, Anthony Kiedis. That one Anthony Kiedis, the singer of Red Hot Chili Peppers.
I don't know what kind of people these are.
There's a book that he put out, Scar Tissue, is, there's some facts that when he was saying when he was old, he was a much older man. He was seeing an underage girl, so that kind of fucking puts a sour taste in my mouth about him. Audrey Rambolt, Ben Affleck, Beyonce Knowles, Bill Clinton, Bill Hammond, Bill Murray, Brian Affleck, Karen Casey, Casey Westerman, Charlie Sheen, Chelsea Handler, Chris Tucker, Chris Wagner, Chrissy Teigen, Cindy Lopez, Claire Hazel, Courtney Love, Dan Schneider. Dan Schneider, guys, that's the dude from fucking Nickelodeon, and there's a lot of shit about that motherfucker too. Like he had me going to different wormholes when I'm like researching shit. There was one about Dan Schneider about him being a fucking perv. And, like, his Twitter posts were so specific about some of his characters on the shows he worked on Nickelodeon. Such as, he was, like, openly but not openly saying he had a foot fetish because he was always putting shit on people's feet. Like, there was Ariana Grande's character, Kat, from Victorious, saying that, like, what would it look like if she put ketchup on her feet or some shit like that. And it was just fucking gross. I mean, if you look into that guy, he is a lot of fucking gross, too. So,
there's a lot of people out there who have different demons.
Yeah, like that. I don't think they're like, oh, he was in that. People were saying he's not that bad, but he was fetishizing children. If you look at some of the old Nickelodeon shows and you see some iffy skits, it kind of makes you want to question shit. Now that I'm because I used to watch that shit when I was a kid, and now that I'm older and I'm watching, I'm like, what the hell? I mean, that doesn't. I'm like, oh my god.
They don't match.
Yeah.
He's going like, oh, wait a minute.
David Koch.
There's a long list on the list.
Yeah, it's online.
Look it up.
There's a whole list online. I mean, they're saying even let's see. There's just like random people on here, like a lot of people. Maybe you know, might not know, you know.
It's like a list from A to Z.
Yeah. Holy shit. There's just like celebrities on here too. People like of different political stances in different countries. Yeah. Virginia Roberts is the one person, the whistleblower on that whole thing. She was the girl in the picture with Prince Andrew. Yeah, Frankie. You guys, you hear that? That's my fuzzy boy.
No.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of fucking people on that list, and then that's like, oh my god, there's a lot of crazy shit going on. Like, holy crap. So, yeah, because of this, I will just probably get into the Epstein case, which means I'm probably going to be doing a lot of fucking things, which means it's going to be a lot of parts. Because, you know.
It's going to be at least a 5 or 6 part to
yeah.
the end of what happens to her.
Yeah.
We already know what happened to him, so.
Yeah, we already know what happened to Epstein. He was.
It can lead up to it.
Yeah, but there was conspiracy saying that he didn't kill himself, that someone had him taken out, that a certain someone had him taken out because of what he was at the time. That's what the rumor was, but I think, well, you know, what my mom was saying, that he got, you know, he chickened out, he pussed out. I mean, holy shit.
That was the only way out. Did you see what he looked like before when he was in jail?
Yeah.
That dude was melting. Thought he was the ugly, wicked witch of the West because someone poured water on that boy. I'm telling you, he was melting. And then when they found him, he looked sick. Like, yeah, he was dying or something already. I don't know. The autopsy said that he died of...
that he hung himself?
Yeah, asphyxiation, but I don't know. Because the only ones that were allowed in there were the guards. Now, are you going to accuse the guards of killing him or someone paid them enough money? How was he killed if he was not allowed any visitors or anything else? Yeah. So, got to take that two and two, you know, like, what was his noose?
Like sheets, I think. The sheets.
They're not supposed to have sheets in there. Well, was he in a luxury prison?
I don't know.
They're not allowed like that kind of sheets. They have beds. Jeez. I don't know. Maybe. But he took the punk way high anyway.
Yep. And then there's the whole
when someone comes forward and says, "Yeah."
Yeah, I know.
I did it. He paid me to do it. Huh.
Jesus, that's just like, oh my god. I was like checking my phone before I like knocked back out because that's my habit of doing it. And I just saw the thingy pop up. I was like, holy shit!
Wakes me up.
And I woke my mom up. Sorry.
Scaring me.
Oh, Frankie.
Well, let's just say this is just the tip of the iceberg.
Oh yeah, I believe a lot of stuff's gonna like loose ends are gonna pop up whether they want to or not.
She's gonna be naming names. She's gonna be calling on favors, all kinds of shit, so she can get out of that. Supposedly,
before her trial, she was complaining about the, like how jail's been awful to her, how people are like picking on her, spitting on her, other prisoners are like doing shit to her. And they're like, they said supposedly there's prisoners walking by to see if she's still breathing. Like, she'll be asleep and they'll wake her up on purpose just to see if she's still alive.
Oh, they're thinking she's going to take herself out too?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So, guys, like I said, this is going to probably be a multi-parter soon. So, tune in or not. Yeah, just a full... for forewarning, the upcoming episodes do graphic content, including trafficking of underage children. For all your conspiracy nuts, there's a lot of questions in there you probably want to answer that I think they'll probably be thrown in there too. So tune in for the next couple of weeks, guys, because this shit's gonna get more crazier. This has been Odd Broad, and I'm signing out. Bye.